Brennan?
I think the book is about the boy on the cover.
Is about the boy on the cover?
Yeah.
Okay. What gives you, what did you use to make that inference? What's the evidence? Remember the two important parts of making an inference. There's two aspects.
He's on the cover.
He's on the cover.
Yeah.
That could be like your textual evidence, sort of, because you're looking at something. That's what you observe, and then what's the other part of the inference that we have to remember?
The other part is to visualize.
The other part's to use what?
What you already know.
Yeah, what you already know. So what do you already know, and how does that help you to make that inference? Okay. Well, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna try and like help you out. Maybe you know that the cover usually includes something that's going to be within the book. So there's a picture of a boy on the cover. Maybe that helped you to think like maybe the story's about a boy. So that's sort of it. Yeah. Okay. What other inferences? Kaylin?
That the book is probably about wonders, like people wondering all the time.
Okay.
Because like it's called Wonder.
The book's called Wonder, and what do you already know in your mind? What else? Zamaria?
You can know that the story is about the boy on the cover because it says I wonder, so it's probably what he wondered.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep moving because I want you guys to have some time to read today. But those are all great ideas, and this cover really doesn't have a ton of detail to it. You know, there's not a bunch of different things to look at. It's just it looks like a boy on the cover, and but one observation is he only has one eye. Why do you think that's something that you might want to observe when you make an inference? Because that's not normal. Like usually people have two eyes. So maybe I don't know. It's something about a person only having one eye or only being able to see certain things. Something with vision. I don't know. But I wanted to read you guys a few pages from this. Just the chapters are really short in this book. So I'm going to read you the first two chapters, and I read them over last night, and I thought of some inferences I made when I read, and I wanted to see, wanted to help you guys out so you can make inferences in your books that you're reading for your book boys. All right. The first chapter is called Ordinary. I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an icebox. Stuff like that makes me ordinary, I guess. And I feel ordinary inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run away screaming in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go. If I found a magic lamp and I could have one wish, I would wish that I had a normal face that no one ever noticed at all. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that look away thing. So this was one of the points in the book that I made an inference. Because it doesn't really talk about, well, I'm going to finish the rest of this paragraph. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and doing that look away thing. Here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is that no one else sees me that way. So what do you infer that look away thing is, because it's kind of vague, you know, what does that mean? Bridget?
Probably has an ugly.
So, but what is that look away thing that he says?
That you don't want to look at him or see him because it'll be grossed out or something.
They'll be grossed out or something? Okay. Kylie?
And like they look at him, he looks away.
He looks away?
Yeah.
Or the person, let's see, it says, I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that look away thing. I think it's someone else doing the look away thing. Mr. J?
Yeah, I kind of think back to like, you know, because it happens all the time, but like if you're, and it always happened to me on campus when I'd be walking to class, and like you'd just be walking and you'd make eye contact with somebody, and then all of a sudden like you just look away like because you didn't want them to think that like you were staring at them or whatever. I'm assuming if this young man has some sort of like a deformity of some sort, because I don't know, but I'm assuming that there's something different because he stated that people don't want to get caught staring at him, but it's like it's obviously different. So I feel like they do that. Oh, I'm not looking at you. To try to prove that they're not like, oh, look away. Oh my gosh, they just saw me looking at them. You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
The way I kind of thought about it is that they don't want to bring attention to that person, so they want to try and make that person feel normal. So they look away.
Yeah.
To just,
But they can't stop looking because it is different, right? And we are attracted to things that are different. Like we can't stop looking at them. It's like that whole idea of the car accident, and that people can't look away. You know, even though it's like none of their business. You know, it's just like people just stare at it.
yeah.
Or sometimes when you see somebody getting in trouble, right? It's hard to look away because you're like, it's kind of like a soap opera.
Yeah. So for that, just like on the first page of this book, we've already found an inference. And so that's what you're going to be looking for in your book. So for that, I could include what it talks about in the text. It says, in quotes, I would put, look away thing, and write the sentence that came in on this sheet in the first box. Use what is in the book. That's what's written in the book. And then with what I already know, I know that I've, kind of felt that way looking at someone, and I don't want to look at them, so I do a look away thing. And then that helps me to infer that that the main character might look strange, and that's why people are looking.
I have a question, Mr. Crone. Are inferences right or wrong?
I think someone in the class might be able to answer that. Charleston?
No, they're not always right, but they could be right, but they're really not. It's
It's kind of up to interpretation.
Does it depend on something that would make it right?
It can sometimes, because sometimes, eventually, when I read more of this book, I'm just reading the first 3 pages, but eventually I might find out that what I inferred about something, Mr. J made an inference that the character might have a deformity or something in the face, and later on we might find out that inference is right, or we could find out that the person looks normal and that it's wrong.
So it's okay to make an incorrect inference as long as you have evidence to support what you think, why you thought that inference? Okay.
Absolutely.
So the evidence could help. It's almost like making a prediction with what you know and what you think potentially could possibly be,
Yeah, it's
but you're using information to make that.
yeah. So exactly, making predictions is very similar to inferencing, and also I was thinking about it, and when you make inferences, you're sometimes asking questions like why someone doing this look away thing. You're trying to answer why in your inference, because maybe the main character has a deformity. But I'm going to keep reading. So here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is that no one else sees me that way. But I'm kind of used to how I look by now. I know how to pretend I don't see the faces people make. We've all gotten pretty good at that sort of thing. Me, Mom and Dad, Via. Actually, I take that back. Via's not so good at it. She can get really annoyed when people do something rude. Like, for instance, one time in the playground, some older kids made some noises. I don't even know what the noises were exactly because I didn't hear them myself. But Via heard them, and she just started yelling at the kids. That's the way she is. I'm not that way. Who can infer who Via is? Ryan? That's an inference because it doesn't say.
What made you think that, though? What evidence did you use? Because that would be that second part, right, that we need. We need that evidence. Good job.
Yeah, perfect. So you connected that Mom and Dad and Via. Even though it doesn't say my sister Via, you can connect that. Nice job. Via doesn't see me as ordinary. She says she does. But if I were ordinary, she wouldn't feel like she needs to protect me as much. And Mom and Dad don't see me as ordinary either. They see me as extraordinary. I think the only person in the world who realizes how ordinary I am is me. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse. Next chapter is why I didn't go to school. Next week, I start 5th grade. Since I've never been to a real school before, I'm pretty much totally and completely petrified. People think I haven't gone to school because of the way I look, but it's not that. It's because of all the surgeries I've had. 27 since I was born. The bigger ones happened before I was even 4 years old, so I don't remember those. But I've had 2 or 3 surgeries every year since then. Some big, some small. And because I'm little for my age and I have some other medical mysteries that doctors never really figured out, I used to get sick a lot. That's why my parents decided it was better if I didn't go to school. I'm much stronger now, though. The last surgery I had was 8 months ago, and I probably won't have to have any more for another couple of years. Mom homeschools me. She used to be a children's book illustrator. You guys know what that is? Someone who draws pictures on children's books. She draws really great fairies and mermaids. Her boy stuff isn't so hot, though. She once tried to draw me a Darth Vader, but it ended up looking like some weird mushroom-shaped robot. I haven't seen her draw anything in a long time. I think she's too busy taking care of me and Via. I can't say I always wanted to go to school because that wouldn't be exactly true. What I wanted was to go to school, but only if I could be like every other kid going to school. Have lots of friends and hang out after school and stuff like that. I have a few really good friends now. Christopher is my best friend, followed by Zachary and Alex. We've known each other since we were babies, and since they've always known me the way I am, they're used to me. When we were little, we used to have play dates all the time, but then Christopher moved to Bridgeport in Connecticut. That's more than an hour away from where I live in North River Heights, which is at the top tip of Manhattan. And Zachary and Alex started going to school. It's funny, even though Christopher is the one who moved far away, I still see him more than I see Zachary and Alex. They have all these new friends now. If we bump into each other on the street, they're still nice to me though. They always say hello. I have other friends too, but not as good as Christopher and Zach and Alex were. For instance, Zach and Alex always invited me to their birthday parties when we were little, but Joel and Eamon and Gabe never did.